One of these things are true, but
Correct.
everything else is false.
That's correct. All right, here we go. Taylor Swift, you turned down the Super Bowl halftime show because the NFL wouldn't allow you to own your performance footage.
Taylor Swift made it clear during her appearance on The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon on October 6th, that she won't be taking the Super Bowl stage anytime soon, while her fiancé Travis Kelce remains with the Kansas City Chiefs, shutting down weeks of speculation that had filled headlines and social media discussions.
True.
And you are guessing now which one you think is the true one, and what happens if that is not true.
If I'm correct.
When Jimmy asked about the rumors surrounding her potential Super Bowl halftime performance, Taylor calmly explained that it wasn't because of any contract issues or rights over her performances, as many had assumed, but rather a personal decision based on timing and respect for Travis's career. She said that as long as her fiancé is still actively playing in the NFL, she believes performing during the same event where he's competing would not only distract her, but could also take attention away from him and his team, which she finds unfair.
So you didn't turn down the Super Bowl because of performance footage?
No.
Okay.
And no. Well, here's the thing,
Taylor noted that it would feel strange for her to be on the same field at the same time, but in such different roles. Him playing his heart out for the Chiefs, and her performing for millions of viewers. She emphasized that she wants to fully support him during that time as a fan in the stands, not as a performer sharing the spotlight. Jimmy then laughed and asked if that meant fans could expect her on the halftime stage someday in the future, to which Taylor smiled and admitted that she's thought about it before and won't completely rule it out. She shared that performing at the Super Bowl has always been one of those bucket list dreams, one she's aware every artist imagines at least once in their career. Of course, it's one of the biggest stages in the world, she said, explaining that she's had conversations about it in the past, but never felt the timing was right.
Jay-Z has always been very good to me.
Yes.
Our teams are really close.
Subscribe if you love hearing these candid moments straight from Taylor herself.
And this is nothing to do with Travis. He would love for me to do it. I'm just too locked in.
Good.
She told Jimmy that being a perfectionist when it comes to live shows, she'd only want to do the Super Bowl when she can give it her full focus, not when her attention would be divided between her music and watching Travis play. Fallon nodded, jokingly saying the world might just have to wait for the Kelce retirement tour before getting a Taylor halftime show, which made her laugh. She replied that Jimmy might not be wrong, adding that her relationship with Travis has taught her a lot about balance, priorities, and support. "I want to be there cheering him on," she said, not worrying about a sound check. She explained that she loves the excitement of game day and how much effort goes into every match. So the idea of performing that same night would feel like she's taking away from something special they both enjoy differently. Taylor mentioned that she and Travis often joke about their jobs being similar in some ways, both requiring energy, focus, and performing under pressure, but that the Super Bowl is his moment, and she wants to honor that. When Jimmy asked if she ever gives him performance advice, Taylor grinned and said, "Only about outfits," which drew laughter from the crowd. Fallon then asked if she ever gets nervous watching him play, and she admitted that she does, sometimes more nervous than she gets before her own concerts. "It's different when you love someone and you know how much they care about what they do," she said softly, describing how she gets caught up in the adrenaline of each game. She laughed again, saying that her friends tease her about yelling at the TV like a die-hard sports fan, something she never thought she'd do before dating an NFL player. At one point, Jimmy pulled up a picture of her at one of Travis's recent games, bundled up and cheering wildly, and Taylor jokingly covered her face, saying, "See, that's why I can't perform there. I'm too busy being that person." The audience roared with laughter. Fallon praised her for always being honest and down to earth, noting how her transparency with fans makes her stand out in the industry. Taylor thanked him and added that she appreciates how much her fans care and that she understands why they get curious about these kinds of rumors. She also addressed how she often wakes up to see her name trending for things she never said, but she's learned to take it in stride and clarify when necessary. She stressed that her current focus is on her new album and upcoming projects, though she finds it flattering that people imagine her performing at events as massive as the Super Bowl. "It means they believe I could do it justice," she said, "and that means a lot." Fallon agreed and said the world would lose its mind if she ever took that stage, joking that even he might faint in the audience. Taylor smiled and said she'll keep that in mind for the future. Before wrapping up, Jimmy asked one last time if fans could at least dream of a Super Bowl performance someday, and Taylor responded, "You can always dream. I'm dreaming too." She winked and added, "Just not while Travis is on the field." Don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive updates from this interview. The audience applauded as the segment ended with Fallon joking that he'd start saving his money now for Super Bowl tickets the year she finally decides to do it. Taylor laughed again, telling him not to hold his breath but to keep cheering anyway. She waved to the crowd, thanking them for the support, and reminded everyone to enjoy the rest of the season because, as she put it, it's about having fun and showing love, no matter what team you're rooting for. That moment summed up exactly why fans adore her. Charming, confident, and always keeping it real. She left the audience smiling and speculating once again about when that long-awaited halftime show might finally happen, though this time they knew one thing for sure. If it ever does, it'll happen on her own terms. Subscribe now so you don't miss when that day finally comes.